All right, guys, I want to show you basically how you'll complete class from here up until the end of the school year, the next couple weeks. Every day you'll go to your Google Classroom just like you do in regular class. And I do just want to mention, if you look in some Google Classrooms, you'll notice that the Google Calendar will have assignments that are due. Um, so right here, in social studies, and I just want to mention social studies. It says Google Meet Team 6F meeting March 30th at 11:25 a.m. Google Meet code Team 6F. So here it lets you know what time you need to go to Google Meet and what time we'll have that meeting. It also gives you the code, all lowercase here. All right, just wanted to mention that. But keep in mind, right now we're in social studies. So, excuse me, we're in ELA, not social studies. So I'm going to click on the ELA Google Classroom. And I know you guys love the stream, but remember, I like the classwork tab because that's where everything is organized. So if you click on the daily task, just like you would in class, click on the task for the day. Today is March the 30th, so you'll click on that. And bam, right there are the tasks for the day. So these are the tasks that you need to complete in ELA. And keep in mind, please complete them in chronological order, meaning don't do number 2 and then number 5 and then number 1, number 3, number 4. The lesson won't flow as well if you don't go in chronological order. So make sure you complete each assignment in order. All right. So your first assignment, obviously, is to watch the Mood screencast, which is this. Then you'll do the Mood e-reading worksheet. Then you'll go to flocabulary.com and complete the tone and mood vocabulary. Lexia Power Up, 4 units completed. That is not that much amount of work. A lot of you guys complete up to 10 units during enrichment. So 4 units is feasible. You can do that. And 5, read the K chapters 1 through 5. Now, I want to mention this. The K is a part of the 7th grade curriculum. However, the K is not on the 7th grade reading level. I want to say that this book is on top of my head. I want to say it's on the 4th or 5th grade level. However, it's the content of it is really good. So with that being said, you should be able to read this book independently at home. Okay. If for whatever reason you're just an audiobook person, and I know that some of you guys are, you can go to YouTube. There are some audiobooks that are on YouTube for free. What I highly suggest you do, go to YouTube if you go the audiobook route and pull up the ebook and actually follow along as the person is reading. That way your mind is not wandering while the person is talking and you're not comprehending. So still follow along, okay? But let someone read to you. That works with me. So I want to mention mood. We talked about mood, or we hit on the mood standard heavily around the first 9 weeks. It's been a while. And I kind of want to bring it back up because we'll be doing some mood assignments relevant to the K. Okay. So remember, mood is how the reader feels when they're reading. Think about the saying, oh, I'm in my mood. I'm in my mood. So mood is how the reader feels. How do you feel after you've read something? Okay. So in order to get to the mood e-reading worksheet, if you go to the Google Classroom and you click on the classwork tab, if you scroll, you'll see everything is kind of, it's just there for you organized. And right here, bam, is the mood e-reading worksheet. You'll click on that and go to Cami. All right. So I've already got the mood worksheet open up in Cami. And so I'm going to do 1 and 2 with you. And you're going to do 3 through 9 on your own because, again, this is a standard we have hit heavily first 9 weeks. We're just revisiting it because we'll be seeing it again this 9 weeks. All right. So just a little brush up. So let's scroll back up. So we'll do 1 and 2 together and make sure that you copy my answers. Okay. Because we did them technically together. All right. So it says, Trey looked out the window. The rain was still pouring down. He threw his baseball glove on the couch with a sigh. The thunder cracked and his phone dinged. Trey picked up the phone. It was a message from his cousin. The game is canceled because of the weather. Trey didn't reply to the message. He threw the phone back on his bed and rubbed his temple. The rain pattered on the roof. What is the mood of this paragraph? Now, notice this is open-ended, so our answers might vary. So, the mood that I have, let me click on text box, or the mood that I get when I read this is melancholy, right? Or depressed, okay? And about the same thing, okay? About the same thing. But I'm going to leave melancholy there because I want to use my 7th grade words because a couple more months you guys be in 7th grade. So melancholy works for me. So now what I'm going to do is underline what makes me feel like this text is melancholy, okay? The rain was still pouring down. Well, that makes me feel pretty melancholy. On the couch with a sigh. And we can do phrases, that's fine. On the couch with a sigh. Okay? Trey didn't reply. He threw the phone back on his bed. The rain pattered on the roof. Now, those are the things that make me feel very depressed, melancholy. This passage is very, very sad to me. And these are the things that stick out to me to make me feel that way. All right. So you guys might be having a flashback to when we did this first 9 weeks. And that's basically what we're doing. Okay. So let's scroll down to number 2. It says, Brett sweated in his chair. The clock in the classroom ticked loudly. Brett looked at the test question again. He had no clue what the answer was. His teacher paced around the room. Brett felt like the teacher was circling him, specifically him, not the rest of the class. Remember, this test determines your future, the teacher said. Brett read the choices again, but they all blurred into a meaningless word soup. He could not concentrate. The clock kept ticking, and the second hand sounded like a butcher's knife slamming down on a cutting board. Time is running out, said the teacher. Brett's heart pounded. So, when I read this passage, I feel very anxious. Very, very, very anxious. And these are some of the things in the passage that make me feel anxious. Brett sweated in his chair. The clock in the classroom ticked loudly. He had no clue what the answer was. His teacher paced. All right. Brett's heart pounded. Those are things that make me feel anxious, anxious, anxious. So in the text box, I'm going to put anxious. Sorry, guys. I guess I better charge up. Anxious. All right. So, and I've got my charger here. Give me a second, please. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah. So those are the things that make me feel anxious. So keep in mind, mood is how the reader feels. How do you feel from reading the passage? Okay. So we've done 1 and 2 together. I want you guys to do 3 through 9 together. And just as a general reminder, just as a general reminder, if you have any questions, I want you to use the Google Hangouts. And I mentioned this the first week we tried e-learning, but I do realize everybody didn't do it during that time. So if you look, I have Humber's home base and I have Barnes home base. So if you have any questions while you're working, post them in the Google chat, okay? In the Google Hangout so that everybody can see that question because your question might answer somebody else's question, okay? So right here, I've got some people asking me questions and things, and I've answered them, and everybody can see them. Okay. So that's what you'll be completing for today. That e-reading mood worksheet. All right. And after you have done that, I want you to go to the tone and mood vocabulary because remember, I told you those 2 standards are very easy to mix up. Mood is how the reader feels. Tone is how the author feels. So just a reminder, after this, go to Lexia Power Up 4 units. I want you to read the K chapters 1 through 5, whether that be on your own or whether that be on an audiobook. And keep in mind, if you go to classwork and scroll down, here is the K ebook. Okay, the KE book is there for you. So read that there. And again, if you have any questions, message me in the Google Hangout. Don't forget we have a meeting together at 11:15. So let me show that to you. In social studies or regarding social studies. So the code is there right here. So don't say, oh, Ms. Humbert, I don't know the code. It's right here. So click and read Team 6L. Keep in mind, complete all assignments in chronological order. And we'll talk more about social studies and what we're supposed to do when we have our Google Meet. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Miss you guys. And I'll see y'all at 11:15 today. And I'm trying to stop it. And I can't.